Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always told you on this platform on many occasions that we have only two constants in politics. The first constant in politics is normally the interest. As long as the interest of politicians can converge, they will always work together. And that is the reality of politics. Who would have imagined that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga would work together after the bitterly contested 2017 presidential elections? And that's why I've always told you, I don't want to rule out the possibility of even Rigathi Gachagua working with Uhuru Kenyatta. In this case, Raila Odinga and William Ruto are likely to work together because their interests are converging. Let me explain to you guys how and why the interests of Raila Odinga and those of William Ruto are converging. Raila Odinga has declared his interest of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission, which means for Raila Odinga to be elected in that position, he must get the support of the government. And the president of that government is William Ruto. So Ruto has agreed to support Raila Odinga. Forget about the Gen Zs, because this began before the Gen Zs emerged. So William Ruto agreed to support Raila Odinga. But because politics is about interest, what is he getting by supporting Raila Odinga? He expects Raila Odinga to help him. He's losing the grip of the mountain, which gave him the highest number of votes. There was serious rebellion against him by Rigathi Gachagua. He needed to tame Rigathi Gachagua. And of course, now the latest emergence of Gen Zs has made it very difficult for him to rule. In fact, William Ruto is confined in the Republic of Kenya today. So William Ruto has also told Raila Odinga that, okay, you want this? This is also what I want. So ODM party decided that, okay, that is the situation, the political reality. So they convened their Central Management Committee meeting, which is the highest decision-making organ of the party. And they agreed in that Central Management Committee that ODM party was going to work with William Ruto and that they were going to negotiate a deal. That deal includes appointment to the cabinet. The Central Management Committee of ODM party has 15 members. I'm told from my sources that 13 members of that committee voted for yes to working or forming government with William Ruto. One person said no. And of course, Raila Odinga decided not to vote. He didn't want to vote. And that's why, for those who've been following Opondo Kaloma the other day, he was very clear that as a party, the Central Management Committee, they agreed to work with William Ruto. Remember, Orengo is opposed to that move, which is getting the support of majority of ODM supporters. Of course, majority of ODM supporters are also against that deal. But the management committee agreed. Then they escalated it to NEC. NEC also endorsed that. Then, you remember the day Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance press conference at Joho, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation aborted. The ODM PG had also met and they agreed, although there were some people who disagreed, but majority of them agreed that they were going to work with government, which means they were going to have some of their members in government. So ODM agreed as a party, using all organs, that they were going to work with William Ruto. So that is the situation as we speak. So William Ruto is expected to announce the remainder of the cabinet. And I'm seeing the possibility of William Ruto naming majority from that list from ODM party. So far, there is serious opposition from ODM. Someone like Orengo is opposed to it. Someone like Babu opposed to it. As a matter of fact, even supporters, majority of them, are opposed to it. They're opposed to it because we are seeing 3 or 4 pressures or camps. There is the pressure from the Jinsis. There are those who feel that by working with William Ruto, among the Jinsis ones out of office, ODM party is going to become a collateral damage. That they will not be able to spare ODM as they hit Kenya Kwanza. And the Jinsis are the majority. So there's that pressure from Jinsis. Then there's also the pressure from Uhuru Kenyatta, who most people believe is piling pressure on Raila Odinga not to accept cabinet and not to accept going to the AU. He wants Raila Odinga to remain so that Raila Odinga can be elected the president of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. Of course, there's a very strong feeling within ODM party that if Uhuru Kenyatta could not make Raila Odinga the president, then there is no need of him cheating Raila Odinga. And of course, there's also the element of the family. I'm told even within the family of Jaramogi, there are those who want Raila Odinga to go to the AU. There are those who benefit politically when he's here. They don't want him to go. And of course, there are also those who are still undecided. So Raila Odinga is actually conflicted. It's actually conflicted as far as that is concerned. And of course, in ODM party, there are also factions. There are 2 factions. There's a faction which believes that Raila Odinga is making a wrong move. And there is also another faction which believes that Raila Odinga is making the right move. So those factions, the one which is opposed to joining the government, is led by Orengo. So in this video, I want us to figure out why ODM party, all the politics around Raila Odinga's move to allow his members to join the government. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And for this particular video, kindly give it thumbs up and drop your comment, and allow me to also explain one thing, that what I do on this channel is that I do an analysis. I am an ODM member. I also have my own opinion, which I always try so hard not to impose on my subscribers. What I do is analysis. Like what I'm telling you here is the situation. So you either agree to it or disagree to it. I've seen some people saying, oh, you know, Lee, you want to take ODM. No, I'm not. I no longer participate in ODM activities. But what I do is give you the true picture so that you can understand. And of course, I want to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to Lemfi. Lemfi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates, and the money will be delivered instantly into M-Pesa accounts in Kenya, Airtel Money account, and of course, it can also be delivered directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now dive in and explain to you guys the politics behind the move by ODM party to accept government positions. Of course, yesterday we witnessed a lot of drama. Orengo said they are not joining government boldly. Mbadi issued another statement which received serious backlash because most people thought like Mbadi was just trying to secure his position. There's another statement which was issued by Edwin Sifuna. In that statement, it was alleged that Raila Odinga was warning ODM members from taking the position. And I've so far gathered that the letter was drafted by someone who has access to the Azimio TV handles and posted it. He's a member of the family. I don't want to get into those details. But why do you think the ODM Central Managing Committee, the NEC, and the PG agreed as a party that they are going to work with William Ruto? Number one, ODM party believes very strongly that they can only make serious changes when they are part and parcel of the government. But right now, they can make a lot of noise. They can go to the street, but nothing will come. And that's why, as part of their negotiations, they insisted on some very strategic ministries. Let me explain to you the ministries which I'm told they're likely to get. Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Energy. Then there is the Ministry of Public Service. And of course, some three others. I'm told William Ruto wants to reduce the cabinet from the current 22 to 18. So that's the situation. ODM party wants to take those strategic positions. I'm also reading politics, and that's why ODM party and Raila Odinga must be very careful before they really get into all this. Because I'm seeing a situation where Ruto is going to allow them to occupy the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy. What does that mean? It means if they're not careful, they'll be left with the burden of carrying the tax, the issue of the tax. One of the main reasons why the finance bill was thrown out was because of the taxation in it. So how will Mbadi, who is going to be the finance minister, manage to raise funds without taxation? And will Raila Odinga agree to play balls? Will ODM as a political party just agree to pass things because now they're in part of government? Of course, Mbadi now has the opportunity. He will have the opportunity to implement what he has been debating on TVs. Then they're also going to be given the energy. That's where the fuel is. Azimio, during their previous previous demos, insisted on lowering the cost of fuel. Now they have the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy. Will the taxes still be up there, or will they be able to bring them down? Swala nyeti there. So they must be very careful, but they insisted on those because they believe they can effect changes by sitting on that. Number two, ODM also believe that they can actually use those positions to strengthen or to hold a grip of their strongholds. Mbadi, Homa Bay, Wandai, Siaya, who else? Wandai, Siaya, who else? We are talking of Joho, Mombasa, to help, because without Joho now nobody is taking that leadership there. Then we have Oparanya, has to be elevated in the Luhya nation, so that he's going to take the position of the public service, so that he will be able to employ lawyers if he wants. If he won't be able, then he will have to be blamed, not Ruto. Mbadi, for example, nobody from Luhya Nyanza has ever held the position of the Minister for Finance, KRA Director General. Which other position? There is also the position of Central Bank Governor. So by Mbadi occupying that position, is going to pave way. Of course, William Ruto is also playing very interesting politics through that appointment. There are things he's trying to do. He trusted Rayo Molo with that docket of interior. He's now trusting Mbadi with the finance. So for ODM, they believe that by holding those positions, they are likely to use them to consolidate their bases. And of course, there's also the 2027 politics. What is their game plan? Will they be able to run in 2027? Or will they allow someone else to emerge? Again, things will unfold. And of course, there's also the Raila Odinga bid for Africa Union. I've always opined on this platform that Raila Odinga needs to go to the AU. By Raila Odinga going to the AU, new leadership will definitely emerge within ODM party. And that will be good for the country. Camps are likely to emerge. So that ODM as a party will now also have to figure out which camp, the one in government or the one which will be opposing. So that if you're an ODM member like me, then I can now decide that for me, these our people are in government, let them do things there. But for us, we are going to lean now towards these new guys who are still outside. I don't know how you look at it. And of course, lastly, Raila Odinga is also keen on stabilizing the government, because by having a stable government will also help him in his bid. I know many people are actually out to try and force William Ruto out of government. And that's why Raila Odinga is finding himself in a very tight corner. So I don't know what you think. What is your opinion? Let me read in the comment section. Bye-bye.